Hello and welcome to the Browns Blitz. Today is Thursday, October the 2nd. This is episode number 315. I'm your host, Rod Bloom. Joining me today is my brother, Jeff. Hey, Jeff, how are things going?
Going great, Rod. Got my hat on tonight.
Looking good. That's
Not
quite
really.
the outfit. Yeah. We're kind of amateurs at the hat thing. We're trying, but I put my hat on and
we brought in a professional tonight.
yeah, we got a pro. I mean, I put mine on and it was just casting a shadow, so I turned it around again so I look silly. But we've got the professional here with us. We got Chief Wahoo Chief. You follow him at Chief Wahoo 22. Hey Chief, thanks for joining us. How's it going?
It's going. Call him the right name, Rod.
What?
You called him Chief Wahoo.
Well, that's what he goes by. That's his call.
That's what.
All right.
Yeah, that Chief Wahoo hat is what got me into the game actually a long time ago. But thank you, Rob. Right. Thank you, Jeff, for having me here on the Blitz. Looking forward to spending some time with you and talking Browns, talking shop, and definitely talking hats.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, you go by. You've got on your account. You've got Chief Pendejos, right?
That is correct.
Pendejos. So let's just talk about this right off the bat. The Pendejos are the hat collectors, right?
The Pendejos. Yeah, the Pendejos is actually a segment. It's a part of my hat family that was founded organically by me and 8 other brothers across the United States, who really bonded over our love for hats and family and helping out where we can each other, our families. It really goes beyond our love of hats, but that's where it started. So we've got members in Colorado Springs, El Paso, we got Philadelphia, we got Arizona, Phoenix area. It's definitely Fort Worth also. We got some international brothers as well in the Pendejos going overseas. We got Chicago. We got a lot of White Sox fans. We got New York. So St. Louis. It's all over. The group of guys who are in this group. Can't forget Fort Wayne, Indiana, with our brother Woody. But all in all, we look out for each other. We have meetups from time to time when somebody travels. We try to get together. And all in all, we're there to support our families, support each other, help us find those holy grails that may be out there in the hat world, and sometimes shoes as well. Get some kicks.
Yeah, we're going to get back to that. We're going to do a segment all about that. So thanks to all your brothers who are watching, and we're gonna have some fun. We're gonna have some fun with that. So before we talk hats and before we talk Browns, we're going to talk about, if I can get this to the right thing here. Here we go. We'll talk about what we're drinking tonight, guys, and with our Blitz beverages. And Chief, the guest always goes first. So why don't you tell us about what you have in front of you there?
We got a tall boy here. We got a nice Miller Lite sitting in the Muni Lot drinking team koozie.
Very nice. Very nice. Jeff, how about you?
Rod, I've had this one on the show before. This is the Go Brewing with the Lizard.
Oh yeah, very cool can.
Yeah, I like the can. This is the Sunshine State Tropical IPA, and I thought I'd grab this one tonight because this week Ohio is actually the Sunshine State. Our weather here is nicer than in Florida, so
who would have figured?
Cheers to that, right?
Definitely a good choice. I picked out Jody brought me some beers when we met last year at the game, and I got my thing on flip, so I'm trying to hold this in the middle. Got this Bose Lug Tree. I put a couple of these down the basement, so I just put them back in the fridge, and it just felt like a good grab tonight. So definitely a good beer. So cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers.
All right, guys, let's let's get right down to it. We're going right into our hat segment, Chief. I even made you a little special thing down there for your hats. So, which took me like 5 seconds. But anyways, you were telling us a little bit about the numbers. So people that I'm sure your brothers know the numbers in that, but why don't you share with the listeners who don't get to see your tweets every day? I get to see your tweets. I retweet some of them in that. I mean, first of all, they're all cool. I'm thinking, man, I wish I was at school, because Jeff, you're not on X, but Chief puts out a tweet every day with his hat and his shoes, and they match perfectly. They look brand new, and I'm like, man, every one of them is really awesome. And typically they got a theme for the day or the season or the sport that's going on. And it's just really cool stuff. So, but you were telling us about the number of hats that you have. So you want to tell everybody a little bit about that, and maybe your shoes too. We didn't even talk about the shoes.
Well, we'll focus on the hats, but thank you very much for those compliments. I appreciate that. I try to put out a daily combo for what I wear out into the field, out in my territory for my job. But as far as keeping them clean, I will say, with the help of one of the vendors that's out there, one of the top vendors, Hat Club, this is how I keep them. This is one of 2 hat duffels that I keep all my hats in. Keeps them nice and clean, keeps them organized. I can see the side patches. Obviously, you can see the front one, but keeps everything nice, organized for me to go in and grab whatever I want. So I got 2 of those. They hold between 30 and 40 each. So I've got 65 Browns hats, exclusively Browns themed hats. The collection overall, I've got 18 of those duffels that are filled. So the grand total is 769 and counting. Some weeks I don't buy anything. Sometimes there's 1 or 2, turning over stones, hunting on a lot of different websites, hat shops, Mercari, eBay, Poshmark. There's a lot of different ways you can find some great Cleveland hats out there. So that's the story with the grand totals. As far as the shoes, I buy the hats first, based on what I like and the designs, and then I try to match up shoes after that, knowing that one pair of shoes could work with multiple combinations and outfits. Obviously, the shoes tend to cost more than the hats, but the hat game has gone up in price over time recently within the past few years. So a brand new era hat, depending on which shop puts it out, can put you back anywhere from $50 to $60. So it definitely adds up.
Wow.
Yeah. So you it's all very cool stuff. But so you
want me to roll into the top 15 right now?
Yeah. I mean, I'm sitting here just kind of wondering. First of all, you're pushing 800 hats. Do you ever, when you're just looking around, say, "Man, this is a really cool hat," and then you realize that you already own that hat, or do you know these hats all well enough that you don't have to worry about duplicating?
Yeah, I have been fortunate enough to have a good memory and knowing what I have in the inventory. There's plenty of times when one of my Pendejos brothers will shoot me a text with a photograph with a link to it, and 9 times out of 10, I'm firing back, got it. It's already in the collection. It's in the vault. It's already there. And that's just it. I appreciate it that everybody reaches out, and we send the links of where to get it to each other based on our team affiliations and where we are, geography wise. So, but I do have a pretty good handle on, what logos I like to buy, which ones I don't like to buy. And we'll definitely get into that with the Browns. There's definitely a logo that's out there that I won't touch and I don't own and I don't have in the catalog, the Browns catalog at this point in time, nor probably ever will.
Okay.
Jeez.
So you set aside your 15 top hats. Now is this across teams and labels and everything, or is this just Browns?
This is only Browns, but there are some crossovers into other Cleveland teams with some different variation of colorways. So it's not all brown, orange, and white. There's some fun. There's some flair to it. I think you guys will like this. And again, if you're a diehard Cleveland fan, which we all are across the board, no matter what the sport is, I think you're going to like this. So we'll
Okay.
start with the first one. And I love the stiff arm elf. So this is a two-tone stiff arm elf on the orange dome, gray
nice.
undervisor with the orange and brown. You can see that orange and brown NFL shield.
Very nice.
Also on the
Nice.
side patch is the Browns helmet. So tie in the old school elements, the OG colors, nice, simple.
So just to clarify,
Yeah.
Chief, we're counting up, not down, right?
So this is number 15.
This isn't in any specific order. I
Okay.
I kind of have them grouped by category, and you'll see. So this
These
is
are like his kids, Jeff.
Well, okay. Yeah, I get that. Yeah, because I was going to say I can't imagine there being 14 hats nicer than that one.
we'll see what you got. In the end, you guys can pick your choice here.
All right.
So that's the first one. Continuing on with the other elf, we go with the full orange, full corduroy,
Classy.
old elf.
Nice.
This one,
I remember having a
Is a
corduroy
snapback.
hat like that in the 80s.
Yep, this is a snapback. You have the white and orange NFL shield crest on the side.
Nice.
Sweet.
All across cord.
Yeah.
Shifting gears, we go into some Cleveland Indians hats. And the hat that started it all for me, the Chief Wahoo.
Oh yeah.
So, Browns colorway, Cleveland Indians, traditional, brown all around, white New Era, logo on the side.
Is that a fitted hat?
Yes, this is. Sorry, this is a fitted hat.
All right.
Okay. Yeah. I have almost
I have one like that
same
in
hat.
blue. I have it in blue. Yeah.
That's black, right?
No, this is brown. This is brown.
Brown, yeah.
Oh, it's brown. Okay.
Yeah, that is
Okay.
brown.
Gotcha.
That's the crossover.
That's the
Oh,
crossover.
the cross. Oh, I gotcha. Okay.
Exactly. You got it, Jeff.
I gotcha. Very
Yep.
cool. Wow.
Pretty slick.
Yeah, that's nice.
Following it up, we go with a different look with the Wahoo on a gray dome.
Yep.
With some extra flair on the side patches. You've got my favorite Chief Wahoo logo, the swinging. Wahoo.
Nice. Nice.
Swinging Wahoo on the side. Batterman on the back. And the orange undervisor, which pops.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
In a fitted.
Wow.
Yeah, it's nice. I like how big the Chief Wahoo is on these hats too.
Yeah, as we all
That's-
remember in the 2016 World Series, the last time Chief Wahoo was donned by the Indians, he was tiny. They minimized him
Yeah.
during that last year, that last playoff run.
Yeah.
So brings us to a nice change. The script I. Another Cleveland Indians themed hat with the brown brim on the chrome. This is called a chrome dome. You've got the Batterman on the back in a fitted. And the metallic stitching on the eye and the side patch, the Jacobs Field 10-year anniversary side patch.
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah, very
But
classy.
that script I really looks nice.
It's kind of hard to see the chrome stitching. Can you hold it a little closer?
Well, it's a silver. It's a silverish
Oh, around the eye.
metallic,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Got it.
around the eye.
metallic stitching.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah,
And the
Nice.
metallic stitching pops on the side as well.
yeah.
Right. Cool.
Continuing on with the 1990s Cleveland Indians, you've got the script Cleveland road jersey, also in the Browns colorway.
That's nice.
Orange under visor.
Nice.
Side patch,
Awesome.
Jacobs Field, 10-year anniversary. Batterman on the back, brown and orange. I like how the light towers pop on this one. They're in brown with the white lights,
Yeah.
but
Nice.
that distinct Cleveland across the front.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Dial it back to the 70s. We've got
Oh, that's cool.
your Crooked C,
Yeah.
Cleveland Indians, Browns colorway. This is a snapback with the extra Crooked C
Oh, yeah.
on the back.
Huh.
No side patch. Just straight 70s
Very
Cleveland.
nice. Yeah.
So
is that actually a hat from the 1970s?
No. This was a hat.
That's a
that was-
reproduction.
more recent production.
Okay.
That they opted to do, and were able to get away with doing it in this colorway.
Okay. Got it.
Which brings us to the other Cleveland team, the one we all love too. The 1980s Cavs in the Browns colorway.
Cool.
Nice.
No side patch. It is a snapback. This is a 47 brand. Gray
Nice.
under visor, but very nice.
Yeah.
Pretty.
So that takes care of those other Cleveland teams and the crossovers. I like this next one due to its simplicity. It's called a flawless design. Straightforward,
Oh,
minimalistic
yeah.
elf.
Hmm.
It is a fitted. Right there in the lower corner.
Yeah.
Browns
That's pretty
across
cool.
the back word script. Gray under visor.
Yeah.
But just nice and clean.
Yeah.
Very. Yeah. I don't think I've ever seen one like that before, or anything like that. That is cool.
I've got one of these actually in the Chief Wahoo as well. It's pretty tight.
Nice.
Shifting gears to holiday season. Who doesn't love the Griswolds? We're going to go with our Griswold, the script. Instead of the script Bears, Chicago Bears, we got the Cleveland Browns in that Griswold script. Brown
Cool.
visor, white
Nice.
dome, minimalistic elf on the
Yeah.
back corner.
Nice.
It is a snapback, but that is nice.
Yeah.
Pretty.
Keeping with the holiday theme, let's go with the Grinch. Cleveland Browns word script in the red with the green and white. You've got a special side patch from the 25th anniversary of the Pro Bowl. The Pro Bowl out in Hawaii.
That's cool.
This is a fitted. You've got the green and white NFL shield on the back.
Nice.
Just a real nice holiday cap. The green button on top.
Cool.
That is cool.
And we'll close out the holiday season with everybody's favorite elf, Buddy. Buddy the elf. So
That's
that's
awesome.
his outfit that he wears in the movie. It's got the nice blue dome, beautiful Pro Bowl side patch in the holiday colors.
Wow.
Awesome. Hmm.
Green and red and white on the NFL shield in the back. And this one is also unique on the inside, as the guts, as they call it, are blue with that yellow trim from his outfit in the movie.
Nice.
But there's Buddy.
Cool.
Yeah.
And we'll close out the 15 with 3 unique hats, as I believe that they are. The first one is the dog logo that we should only have a little off center. But that Mastiff.
That looks good. That looks really good that way. Yeah.
Yeah, I like
That's
that one.
cool. Yeah.
A fitted with the 80s brown word track
Yeah.
at the bottom.
Yep.
Nice.
Orange undervisor. Again, I will never don the current dog logo. That's the one I won't get into.
Ah,
Yeah.
gotcha.
I can't bring myself.
I got that. I've got that one on a shirt that I wore a couple weeks ago. Yeah.
I'm kind of limited there too. I
Right.
don't disagree with you.
This next one is a variation. There's a hat shop that's out there called the Clink Room. The Clink Room allows everyday people like you and me to design a hat, and if it goes through the process of having enough votes to be able to come into production and purchases, you can buy it. Somebody was nice enough to put one of these together in the Browns colorway with the bulldog that I had to have. This is a hat that
cool.
is not gonna be produced again. They made it a couple years ago. I know of only one individual who's got this hat. I know there's more out there, but I've only seen one, and that would actually be Slim Dog, who I believe is going to be your guest coming up. One of my brothers. Yeah. So Slim Dog has this. Shout out to him. But orange undervisor as well. And this is the Clink Room logo that they have on the back of all their hats.
Nice.
So an independent hat shop. But again, this one it's just fun. It's a great logo. Great hat to wear around.
Nice.
Yeah.
The last one,
Okay.
I get a lot of compliments on, a lot of questions. Where did you get it? How can I find one of these? A lot of Japanese hats are making their way around, especially with Ohtani and the Dodgers. A lot in the hat community is circled around Ohtani, and they're bringing in a lot of Japanese word scripts for Dodgers and a few other areas. But this one is keeping with the 2 other ones, my dog hat. This is the Cleveland Browns Chinese Mandarin dog.
Wow.
It's Chinese Mandarin for dog in the gradient orange to brown.
Yeah.
With a fitted Browns logo on the back. Make no mistake, you know who you're rooting for.
Yeah.
Gray undervisor. That's the Cleveland Dogs.
Wow.
That's cool. Yeah.
That's what I brought for you guys. That's my top 15 Browns hats.
Sweet. Well, good job. Thanks for doing that.
Yeah.
My pleasure, Jeff. Thank you. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Rod.
So I've got to ask some follow-up questions here.
Please do.
Yeah, I mean, 700 and some hats. Are these all like custom made for you, or are you finding hats out there that are already made up?
Yeah, no. These are all hats that are being mass produced to a certain degree.
Okay.
I mean, Cleveland isn't as big of a market as New York or LA or Chicago. So the quantities when these hats are manufactured for Cleveland sports teams, they're not, especially with the fitteds. Snapbacks, they can make them and they can sell them, and you just adjust it. But I wear a
Right.
size 7.25, so it's a fitted hat. I have to find my hat in a 7.25 and a fitted if I like it.
Yeah.
Mm.
And so that's part of turning over stones and having to look and hunt and search to find
Right.
what you like. But yeah, no, these hats that I've gotten over the years, I mean, again, they're putting out Cleveland Guardians hats. They're putting out some old Cleveland Indians, Script Indians hats, or the Script Eye. Those are still being manufactured, just not the Wahoos. So if I'm finding a cheap Wahoo, it's because I'm hunting for it and it showed up, again, on some of these other secondary sites.
Okay.
So my holy grail, so to speak, was a swinging Cleveland Indians hat, the one that stood atop, old Cleveland Municipal Stadium. It was red, white, and blue, the original, colors, and just Chief Wahoo. No other side patch, just clean, just simple, just him standing up there with the high leg.
Yeah.
That was $100 for me for that one, and it was the best
Okay.
$100 I ever spent. And it was again a fitted in my size, so I was hunting for that one for a long time.
Yeah.
So are hats kind of like baseball cards where the age and the condition and everything sort of factors into what their value is?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's definitely a secondary market for certain hats that are out there. So yeah, I mean, the condition is big. Keeping the hats clean, keeping again the brims from getting bent. I mean, curved versus bent. You don't want to have a crease in a brim. That's a no-no. And especially also, in the front panels, you don't want to have, indentations, things that are obvious creases.
Yeah.
So there's ways you can transport them. There's hat cap carriers that can hold anywhere from 4 to 8. And so when you travel, you can put your hats in them and they're all safe and protected. So yeah, there's definitely a market out there. And like I said, like cards, yeah, you want to keep it clean. And again, there's some hats that are out there that, again, somebody is looking for that will pay a pretty penny if you put it out there, if you're willing to let go of it. I mean, so
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah. Nice. Okay. Last question, because I'm not nearly as cool as you. I can't pull off the flat brim. Am I doing okay with my rounded brim?
Yes, you're doing great. I mean, my recommendation is
All right.
buy yourself a steamer, buy yourself a closed steamer, and you want to steam the brim with it, and then you proceed with sometimes you use a can of some type, like a coffee can, to wrap it around to provide that perfect brim. Some guys can do it with their thumbs, and get a great bend out of it just by working their thumbs and massaging the brim of the hat.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's, and again, I will say this, when you wear glasses like you are, Jeff, it is
Makes
a
it
little
hard.
more difficult to keep that roundness, just because, again, otherwise the hat's going to sit higher up on your face versus if it's, I'm not saying 100% flat, but with a minimalistic bend to it, arc to it, it'll fit better with your glasses.
Yeah. Yeah. I noticed that when yeah.
And the other thing, if you're wearing a fitted hat,
There we go.
make sure that when you put it on, that you start to try to work it in, curve it a little bit, because you will gain a little extra space. So if you wear the hats all the time and you get that red dot in the center of your forehead from wearing fitted hats, it's not necessarily that it's too tight, it's that you haven't worked it in yet. And by adding a little extra bend to that brim, you'll give yourself a little extra space that'll make that spot go away.
Okay. So
Gotcha.
I was looking, this one is a large, extra large. I can tell you I have a fitted Indians hat that's a 7 7/8. So I have a pumpkin
You
head.
got a big dome over there. You definitely got a big dome over there.
Big pumpkin size head. Yeah. So yeah. Anyway. All right, cool. Thanks for doing that, buddy.
Yeah. My pleasure.
Yeah.
My pleasure, guys.
So in the comments we got Jay said, now Jay, you said that is my favorite one, but I missed it right away, so I'm not sure which hat you were talking about. But then he had the question of which hat do you wear the most? So, Chief, is
Yeah.
there a hat that you wear most often?
No, because I do try to, since I wear them daily for my job. I basically try to mix it up every day. Yeah, I tend not to wear them, all that often. Again, I've got Browns, Cavs, Indians, Guardians, Ohio State. I've got independent hats with different designs on it, like that dog hat. So I definitely try to mix it up based on the season, based on who's playing. There's, I got a lot of choices. So
Yeah, I would guess.
Yeah, I guess.
Awesome. Well, very, very well done. Yeah, I think
question.
I think we learned a lot. So
thank
Yeah.
yeah. So guys, let's talk a little bit of Browns news. Let's see, where should we start? I guess we could start with the let's start with the trade. So the Browns, because I don't necessarily like to go chronological order. Sometimes it works out that way on the news. I just like to kind of go through stuff. But the Browns trade for Cam Robinson from the Texans for pretty much a bag of peanuts, because they need somebody,
Right.
to be something other than a turnstile at tackle.
Yeah.
So they do a swap of 2027 draft picks. They give up a sixth and get a seventh back, and they get Cam Robinson, and I guess I would assume they're paying the remainder of his salary for this season. I didn't hear anything about anything with that salary.
Yeah, it's
So-
actually only going to cost about $3 million for him to finish the season here, Rod.
Oh, okay. Well, that's nothing, right? So
Right.
I mean, for a tackle, it's nothing.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, this even if this guy's not great, he's got to be better than what we had, right, guys?
Listen, you just don't want to have a porous offensive line. I mean, you want
That's
big
tough.
body. You want a big body. You need a mobile body, but you need somebody physically able to play the position. So if the guy takes up enough size, this isn't his first rodeo. It's definitely, I feel, a fix, or at least a step in the right direction for what we need with Devon going down.
Yeah.
Yeah, it at least gets us a little bit of an improvement, Rod. I mean, a little bit of stability there. I mean, Cam Robinson can be a pretty good player in certain aspects of the game. I mean, he's generally been known as a pretty good pass blocker, not a great run blocker. The past season or so, he's actually improved in the run blocking area. So who knows what we'll get? And the main thing is can they get him up to speed pretty fast? Can they get him out there this week? Because what we've had has been pretty bad.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking, gosh, even if he's not up to speed, I mean, I don't know who, I don't know if Conklin's going to be able to play this
Right.
this week or not. I don't know if I think he's still questionable, is he not?
Yeah, it's not sounding good for Jack anytime soon.
Yeah, so you got to make some kind of change on the line this week. You can't just march those, the same guys out there again. So,
Right.
To me, if it's not Cam Robinson, it's got to be, it's got to be somebody.
Teach him the snap count. Roll the dice with a few offside penalties, false starts. You're going to have it, and then just deal with it.
What do you have to lose? I mean, I guess you got some. Some false starts and some holding calls and some things like that to lose. But I just don't know. I just don't know how you can send the same guys out there again. And I don't know if they're ready to start. I'm trying to think of the guy that we signed off the Patriots practice squad. His name,
Thayer Mumford.
Mumford. If they're, I don't know if he's in a position to be able to help this week or not. So, you would think that they have to make some kind of move on the offensive line.
I think
To
it's
try
going
to-
to be
try to upgrade it.
a series of moves in the coming weeks, Rod.
Just
I
because
would
they
think
pulled,
so. I mean, I
I would say just because they pulled somebody off of a practice squad doesn't necessarily mean they didn't play D1 football and know what they're doing out there. So
Right.
right.
If Thayer Mumford went to Ohio State, played pretty decent football in college.
Yeah.
Is-
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, so yeah, there's talent there. It's just a matter of can they get consistent play from guys on the line and as a unit. And I just think what we've seen so far has been a disaster, and it's made it really hard to evaluate a quarterback.
Yeah, very hard. And obviously that's the other bit of news is that Dylan Gabriel's going to be starting this week. So and Kevin Stefanski has said over and over again he's really downplayed the change at quarterback and said that this is really about the offense pretty much in its entirety. We got to catch the ball, we got to block, we got to do everything right. So, but to find anything out about Dylan Gabriel, you got to have an offensive line out there. You got to give him, you got to give him a little bit better protection than what Joe Flacco got last week, or you're really not going to find out a lot about the guy. And you're not going to give him any better chance to do much than what Joe Flacco had.
Yeah.
So you got to figure something
You trade off a little bit more mobility with Gabriel for a lot less experience. So the feel for the offense and feel for the pocket and all those kinds of things won't probably be as solid as with Joe, but we're hoping he's not going to make as many mistakes. I think Kevin Stefanski's probably going to have him on a pretty short leash, I would say, against the Vikings, and try to limit that, because when the Browns don't turn the ball over, they win. When they turn the ball over, they lose. And unfortunately, they've turned the ball over an awful lot. So thus
when's the last time they didn't turn the ball over? Yeah.
Well, against Green Bay. Green Bay. Well, I mean, that's the only time, right?
That's the only game. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think you almost have to make the move to Gabriel at this point just to try to limit some of that. Flacco's just been really bad at his decision making, and sometimes awful in terms of big game wrecking moves. So
I mean, I'll say this. There is definitely something to be said for a massive jump going from the college game to the pro game. But I was out at the Rose Bowl January 1st, Oregon against Ohio State. He put points on the board for the Ducks against a Jim Knowles defense. Okay, we were up big, and they came back, and they, that the swing in that stadium that day, it was palpable as far as Oregon believing they had a chance when they cut into that massive lead. So again, to see him and what he was able to do there, it does have a bright future, I think, ahead of him, and hopefully that will be with the Browns. But you're right; he's got to have time. He's got to have that time in the pocket, and use that mobility as well to see the field. But I can't see why he can't go in there and get us 3 touchdowns and get us past that 18 or 20 point hump.
It's a low bar, but the offensive line and the having receivers that aren't catching the ball, these things make that bar a lot tougher to get to than it should be. If you have just an average offensive line and you have just a top 20 wide receiver room, it should be a lot easier for a guy to be able to play quarterback and put up 20 points. But you
would hope, yeah.
You would hope. I mean, yeah. So
the thing is, Rod, we felt good about Joe Flacco starting the season because he was supposed to answer some of those questions for us. We were supposed to get things settled in offensively. We wanted the line to settle in and get back to what they did in 23. We wanted to get the run game going. We wanted, the high percentage passes and being able to throw the ball down the field occasionally. The problem is in the first 4 games, Joe almost never did that. He didn't contribute really to any of that. The biggest contributions he was making, I think, was just getting people lined up correctly. And that's important, but as an offense, you need to have more than that. So, look, I'm not thrilled that we're making the change this early, but I think it had to happen. I think, ideally you'd have waited a couple more weeks and really gotten the offense squared away. But now we're going to ask a rookie quarterback to come in and do that. So it can get a whole lot worse. But I think Kevin Stefanski's smart enough to hopefully limit the damage.
Yeah, I like to think so. I mean, they have some things. They have some things going for them. At least they're trying to do some things with the line. You hope some of this works out over the next few weeks, even if it doesn't come together this week.
Yeah.
Judkins is running well. That's something, especially if the line plays better and blocks for him well, that could really help the offense, better. And then the other bit of news is, that they've elevated a couple of guys from the practice squad, Malachi Corley and Gage Larvadain. And, I'm not going to sit here and say that, we got a great, wide receiver room now, but, maybe, it's these guys were on the practice squad for a reason, but, maybe some fresh blood in the wide receiver room, some guys that aren't pressing, or, who knows, maybe some guys will actually start catching the ball for some reason, changing things up.
Maybe the ball spinning the opposite direction will cause it to stick to Jerry Jeudy as opposed to popping off of him.
I don't know what we can do about Jerry Jeudy. I don't know what to do about Jerry Jeudy. Jerry Judy's got to fix whatever's wrong in his head.
Right.
The guy's good enough to make these catches. I don't understand how you come off what do you have, 1,200 yards last year or something? Come off a season like that and you drop in just easy passes. And it's not like he caught everything last year. He had drops last year, but he was a heck of a lot more reliable than what we've seen so far.
Yeah.
Chief, I'm going to go back here. Jay said that his favorite hat was the Cavs one. Okay, just for the record.
Yeah, I can see that.
That's the one. Yeah. All right.
Yep, that's sweet.
Thanks for the comments, Jay.
Thank you, Jay.
So, yeah, I mean, I don't even know how much. I guess it's hard to even talk about Corley and Larvadain. I guess more importantly, what's going to happen with Cedric Tillman out. Who's going to get those reps? And I mean, gosh, I would think Isaiah Bond would probably step up a bit. He's really the only other guy they've thrown to, right?
Yeah. Well, the problem with Tillman being out again is they're going to miss his size. Aside from Harold Bannon, they don't have anybody big. So the tough yards that Tillman gets for you, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch. But yeah, I think they've got to work Bond into the offense. I think they've got to work Dylan Sampson back into the offense this week in particular, because those are the kinds of things that more than likely we're going to see from Gabriel in terms of the playbook. It's going to be high percentage stuff that we're looking to get yards after catch, and those are two guys that can do that. And we're doing it against the right team. I mean, the Vikings give up a ton of rushing yards, and they sell out defensively, looking for turnovers. So the game plan is going to be real important this week.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we'll talk about that game here in just a few minutes. I mean, Malachi Corley and Gage Larvadain, were those guys both like 5'8", 5'10"? You're
In
not
that
adding
range,
a lot of, yeah, you're not adding a lot of size there.
Right.
Yeah. Let's just real quick. We're not going to spend a lot of time on the Lions game. It was, it ended up being a butt whooping, but let's look back at the score predictions. Lions win 34-10, and we all had we all had Detroit winning.
we all had the under.
Yeah, I seem to be able to nail the number of points that the Browns score, though, guys. For some reason, I had the Browns scoring 10, Lions 27, but we were all right on track with it. So that's pretty cool. At least we got something right.
What I said a couple minutes ago, Rod, about turnovers. This was almost a carbon copy of the Ravens game. They gave up.
It was
20. They gave up 24 points for free in both games. Just gave away 24 points. And that's the difference in the game.
It's a tie game without that. Yeah. You're right. They were in this game. The defense plays very well in this game, and then you get that. They were really in it until that punt return for a touchdown. Which what were they down 17 after that, or 10 after? I can't remember what they were down, but that pretty much ended it. Again,
that was right after Jerry Jeudy dropped a potential first down ball on third down. He drops that ball, they punt, they return it for a touchdown, and the game's over. If he catches that ball, who knows what happens in that game?
Right. So I don't even know what else you take good from that game other than the fact that the defense played well against the Lions, just like they have against everybody else.
I think that's the takeaway in general, Rod, that what we can play with most teams in the NFL if we don't shoot ourselves in the foot. And that's consistently been a big problem.
There was a nice 15-minute stretch there where we didn't give up any points. I know it was called halftime, but it's still promising.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, it's just crazy. I mean, they were able to play with the Lions for a while until they just started making mistakes. I mean, and turnovers and drop passes. And if they can just execute better, I think they can play with any team in the league. But I mean, you got to do two things. You got to take care of the football, three things: not make the stupid mistakes, and you got to score the football. You got to score, score some points. Those things, and then that changed everything for this team. It seems so simple, but it's not when you watch this offense. It's just not. So
and that's what good teams do, Rod. Good teams punish you when you make stupid mistakes like that. When you turn the ball over, when you don't pick up a blitz, when your quarterback gets the ball stripped, you get punts blocked, all those kinds of things, or punts get returned for touchdowns. Those little things are the margin of victory in the NFL, and good teams make that work for them. Bad teams turn them into losses.
Yeah, that's right. So let's move on to this Vikings game, and shout out to anybody who's over in England actually checking out our podcast, because man, I've been watching on X, and man, it is one big party over there. So you guys are having a blast. I hope everybody's having just a ton of fun, and everybody enjoys the game, and I see a lot of people meeting up with friends, making new friends, and just going to different meetups and Browns functions and and all kinds of stuff. And I'm just glad everybody's having a great time over there. And hopefully it's a great game. I guess we'll find out before long, right, guys? So at least it's for us. It's going to be in the morning. What the kickoff's? What, 9 or 9:30? Something.
9:30.
9:30. So, Browns 1-3, Vikings 2-2. The Vikings are a 3.5 point favorite, and somebody's been watching Browns games because they have the over/under in this game at 36.5. That's 10, 12 points lower than what the over/under's been on most of the Browns games so far. So somebody's starting to figure it out in Vegas on the over/under. The Vikings, Carson Wentz, and I know this guy's not real good, but you look at his numbers. He's got 4 touchdown passes and only 2 picks, 66%. Their offense otherwise isn't much to speak of. I mean, Justin Jefferson's got 326 yards in 4 games. That's kind of pedestrian for him, only 1 touchdown. But you got to look at who's throwing to him. They're Jordan Mason, 271 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns. No big scary things on offense really. I looked at the other stats. I mean, I don't even know what really stands out here. I mean, they're scoring points. They're averaging 25.5 points a game. I'm guessing a lot of that's on defense. They're only converting third downs, 15 for 49 on third downs, which is probably pretty close to the Browns' 23 for 61. Nothing to brag about there, guys. Neither one of them.
Right.
The Browns, I'm amazed when I look how often the Browns have outgained their opponent in yards because of how good this defense is. The Browns' time of possession average is 31-17 so far this season, which is just crazy. Vikings a little bit under 30. Let's see. Vikings 4-6 on 4th down. Browns 5-9. I don't know. There's really nothing in the numbers to tell you a whole lot.
Rod, the disconnect is you can possess the ball all game long, but you have to score the ball, like you said a little bit ago.
Right.
We don't do that very well.
Yeah, we have the ball, but we don't do anything with it.
Right.
Yeah. So it doesn't do any good. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So I've heard a lot of talk about the Vikings defensive coordinator Brian Flores about how hard he is on rookies. I guess I just want rookie quarterbacks. I guess I want to get your thoughts on how much you think that comes into play. And whether you guys think Dillon Gabriel's your typical rookie because of all the playing time he got in college. There's the jump from college to the NFL, but then there's a guy like Dillon Gabriel who played more college football than any other quarterback. So, does he have an edge over the average rookie in facing a defense like this? What do you guys think?
Go ahead, Chief.
I again, based on what I saw out in Pasadena, I'd say yes. I mean, the Big Ten, where he played for a couple of years, was a defensive laden conference. So yeah, absolutely. I think he's head and shoulders above anybody else in that rookie class, even maybe over the past 2 years. Time will tell. We're going to see what happens, but I see no reason why he shouldn't be able to move the ball, make smart throws. He's definitely got zip on it, which is great, especially for those quick out passes that Stefanski likes to play, likes to run. So getting that ball out to the outside hash mark, yeah. I mean, I could see a game where the sideline becomes his best friend, as far as being able to just move the ball, move the chains, and I'm hoping for a good run game too, just to take the load off of his shoulders. So,
yeah. What do you think, Jeff?
Well, Gabriel obviously gives you some mobility. I think the problem is going to be, like you mentioned, Rod, that Flores has a tendency to really disguise coverages, and he's going to have to do a lot of diagnosing. So his ability to diagnose and work the pocket as opposed to bailing out will determine the success of the offense this week, I think. That will probably come over time, or the next few games that he plays in. But this first game, it could be a little bit scary at times. I'm not sure that the offense, just flips the switch this week, even though, he's going to obviously do some things better than Flacco did. The challenge is going to be, can we run the football effectively against Minnesota? Because they don't stop the run particularly well. And it's something that we want to do. So if we can have that skinny playbook and be successful running the football, I think our offense can at least be respectable this week. Matching our defense up against the Minnesota offense. I mean, Minnesota's line is in tatters right now. They're playing Carson Wentz, which is great for us. So I really like that half of the matchup. If our offense can just stay out of its own way, this might be a game we can steal.
Yeah. I'll be honest with you guys. I don't know exactly what to expect out of Dillon Gabriel this week. I feel like there's a chance he gives the Browns offense a little spark, throws the ball a little different. Maybe that opposite spin helps. Maybe some of these guys were used to catching his passes. Maybe they put Larvadain out there, and he had a great connection with Larvadain, in the preseason and in camp. I don't know, but I just I have a feeling he's going to do okay. Chief, I got to say, I'm kind of worried. I don't want him throwing those out passes too often, because I think the Vikings are going to be sitting on those, trying to go for pick sixes.
Yep.
So I hope he's smart with those. But I think he will be. So is he going to look like a seasoned veteran? Probably not. Is his mobility going to save us from a few sacks? I think so. I think it depends who starts on the offensive line and how well they play this week too. But I think it should be a fun game to watch. I hope for everybody who made the trip over to London that it is a good game too, and that it's not a disappointing performance another disappointing performance out of the offense and the quarterback. So I'm looking forward to seeing how the offense moves. But Jeff, I really like what you said about getting Dylan Sampson involved. They really haven't used him much at all since Judkins has started playing, and I think there's a spot for him on this team. You can't just put him out there by himself all the time and hand the ball off to him, for 1 yard and then yank him out again. They gotta find ways to throw him the ball in plays where it doesn't look like he's necessarily going to be getting it, and let him do what he does.
Yeah, I think that's where Gabriel's mobility will open up another section of the playbook. I don't think they could run those kind of plays with Flacco.
I think you're right. Okay, guys, let's do some score predictions if you guys are ready. So Chief, the way this works is the guest goes first and generally gives a pretty good prediction. And I don't know how we've been doing this season so far, Jeff.
I think a
I
little
don't
better
even
than in the
know.
past.
A little
better
better than in the past. Yeah, usually in the past few seasons, Jeff and I are wrong every single time, but we've actually been a little bit more accurate this year. So I was
Yeah.
going to say, you can say what you want and you'll probably win anyways, but you never know. So,
All right,
whatever you
Rod.
think.
Rod, I'm going to go with the Browns on top, 20-13, staying under that Vegas line. Vikings will have the ball, driving down under 2 minutes, going for the tie. Browns defense makes a stop. Miles gets a sack on Wentz. Game over. They don't get into the end zone for the tie. 2013.
Excellent.
And we petition the league to have 2 games next year in London because of this win.
I like it.
Nice.
All right. Jeff, what do you think?
Well, I had my score written down already, so I'm going to stick with it, but it's pretty close to Chiefs. I'm going to go 16-13 Browns. I think this is the week that our defense scores for us. So thank you, Carson Wentz. And that will be the difference in the ball game because I really believe that our offense is going to have a hard time putting the ball in the end zone. I think we're going to have several field goals and a touchdown by the defense. And I'm counting on our defense to be able to shut down Carson Wentz and his terrible offensive line. This should be a statement game for our defense where they actually win the game for us.
Yeah, it's funny, guys. We are all on the same page with this. I wrote my prediction down a couple hours ago, and I actually wrote down 20-14. I'm going to change it to 21-14, just so Chief and I are 1 point different each way. We've all got the under. We've all got the Browns winning, and we've all got the defense performing very well. Let's hope we're right. I could see this happening, but I think that I just feel like this is a game where the Browns break that 20-point barrier, and whether part of that is done by the defense or not, we'll see. But I just think Dylan Gabriel is going to be able to move things, maybe his mobility, maybe the spark, maybe they change the playbook a little bit. And again, not like he's going to go out and throw 3 touchdown passes, but I just feel like they might be able to create something out of it. And I'm hopeful.
Yeah.
Could change the season. So, all right. Excellent. So guys, let's get some closing thoughts. So Chief, we appreciate you coming on. We love the hats, and we appreciate everybody who jumped in to watch, and all your brothers and fans and everybody who wanted to see the hats. It's been great. With everybody watching. So we appreciate all you guys. So is there anything you'd like to say to everybody, and or any words of wisdom, anything about the Browns or life?
Well, first I want to thank both of you gentlemen for having me on today. Always, enjoy spreading the love of hats and the joy of what it can do to somebody's day, put a smile on somebody's face. But I'll close with this, and with a new quarterback, I think it's good. I'd like to say that opportunities are taken; they're not handed out. So I'm looking forward to seeing what Gabriel has in him, and what they can do for the rest of the season and moving forward.
Absolutely.
Yep.
All right, Jeff, any closing words tonight? Yeah,
just to piggyback on that, the sooner we see Dylan Gabriel, the sooner we'll see Shedeur Sanders. So that's great. This season is all about finding out whether we have a quarterback or not. And then we got a lot of other holes to fill, but that's kind of the most important one. So, to everybody over in England, enjoy the game. I'm thinking it's going to not be a super exciting game, but I hope you have fun with it anyway. And lastly, I just want to give a quick shout out to Jen. If you're still watching, thanks for hanging in there with us.
All right, guys. This has been the Browns Blitz.
If
Go ahead.
anybody's going to be at the Jets game, look for me. I'll be out there.
Sounds
All
great.
right. Sounds cool. All right. This has been the Browns Blitz. We thank you for listening, and we will catch you next time.